Zeruiah and Choi. So after their season wrapped up, Choi and Zeruiah both posted these pictures of this maternity photo shoot they did together, and they both look good together. I'll give them that. And then Choi posted some pictures of him holding his son. They're not showing his face or anything like that. And let's talk about this last episode. So Zeruiah and Choi called up Karen and they're like, hey, we need you to pull up because we got something we need to talk to you about. And Mama Karen was like, well, it better be damn important because that's a long ass drive. And they're like, yeah, I promise you, you're going to want to show up as soon as possible. So Karen gets a ride down to their house. And this is the first time she's acting like she's been down to their house. And when she gets there, she is shocked to see that Zeruiah is 6 months pregnant, which I feel like this scene was fake as hell because Karen obviously already knew. In my opinion, she did, because I mean, Zeruiah ended up posting that she was pregnant when she was like 2-3 months pregnant. I remember her post. I covered it in one of my videos, and she came out and said, yeah, we're expecting a baby. Once we know the gender, we're going to do a little gender reveal. And then not long after she made the post, I believe it was later that day or the next day, she ended up taking it down, and she later revealed that the producers reached out to her and said she had to take it down because it was spoiling the season. So you can't tell me that Karen did not see that status or hear through the grapevine that Zeruiah was pregnant and that was her first time seeing and finding out Zeruiah was pregnant. I think they just did that, you know, to help tell the story. Miss Karen's convinced that they had her come all the way out there to tell her that they're expecting just because they want a babysitter. But then they sat down with Karen to try to resolve all the problems. And you know what? There's been so much that's happened. I can't remember what set Karen off, but something did. And the next thing you know, Karen's making allegations against Zeruiah's father and her son, and things got super messy. But I don't know where it all started. I just think that Karen, you just never know what you're going to get with her. Like, I've had her cuss me out on social media before, and for the most part, like, I haven't really said too much bad about her. You know, there's times I have disagreed with her, but there have been people, like, on social media that be like, oh my god, Karen, I love you, I love how you keep it real. And then next thing you know, she's cussing people out and saying, oh, for real, I've always been this way. And then she'll, like, twist it like you were saying something bad and then block you. And it's like, I don't know, I think Karen, like, some days she just wakes up on the wrong side of the bed, or you may catch her where she's too tipsy and she's just gonna say whatever. I think Zeruiah and Choi are learning how to deal with Karen, knowing how she will just kind of say whatever and she'll spill all your teeth, you make her upset. And I think Zeruiah and Choi just learned their lesson, just realized, like, okay, we can have a relationship with her, but we don't need to tell her all our business, because the moment that something goes wrong, she's going to use that as ammo. We've seen it time and time again. But they were able to talk things out eventually, and I'm glad for them, you know, because the baby's gonna be here soon. The baby needs its grandmother. They need to put all this petty, stupid drama behind them. And then we learned that Choi was able to spend the summer with his daughter. She was able to spend the whole summer with them while they're waiting the arrival of their son. So good for them. I'm glad that they were able to spend all that time with Choi, and that Choi's baby mama finally decided to come around. Then I guess they were interviewing on Mother's Day, so Choi got some flowers delivered and gave some to Zeruiah and some to his mama, and they had a cute little group hug, and it looks like everything's working out, you know. And the producers really gave them a good edit this season, or not so much like, you know, a good edit, but they really went for things that would help, like, people understand Choi more, like his father, and, you know, how he felt with his trauma and stuff. Like, they're trying to dig deeper and show a different side of Choi. And I think they did the same thing with Zeruiah, and I think Zeruiah just learned her lesson from the first season. I think she just thought, you know, if they want the villain, then I'll be the villain. I'm going to give them the drama, because, you know, they know drama sells, and the more drama you have, the more epic episodes you're gonna be in, the more money you're gonna make. So I think she didn't give a damn the first season, but I think after she saw how the fans are and how much pushback she got the first season, she's like, okay, let me be more careful and really think before I say something or act this season. And I remember her saying, like, before the season, like, if they make us look back this season, I'm done. And I think they probably were, like, threatening to quit. So WeTV was like, okay, we gotta give them a break this season. I don't know, I just don't feel like they really gave us much this season. Like, a lot of weeks I almost didn't cover them because there really wasn't anything worth talking about. We got a few appearances from Mama Karen, haha, like they were a little funny, but it wasn't like anything crazy. And I mean, it was insightful to see like him grieving and just understand like that's the why he is the way he is, like with his anger issues, because he has probably bottled things up for so long. But besides that, it just kind of seemed like his storyline was all over the place. We didn't get a lot from them. I think they thought, oh, we're gonna bring them back and everyone's gonna find out they're pregnant, and that's gonna be the big shocking tea for this season with them. But you know, she announced it before this season, so everybody already knew. I will give Zeruiah and Troy, well, not Troy, because he seemed to have a lot of anger issues this season, but I will give Zeruiah credit. She seems a lot more calmer this season, but I think she's also just being more careful. Like, I don't know if she started taking Xanax or Troy's dicking her down real good, but something changed and she seems a lot more chill, or maybe she's getting a chance to smoke before. Troy has been working overnights at this company as a shift leader, and it appears that he cleans floors, and he said like soon, either now or soon, he's going to be teaching other people how to use that machine and do the same exact thing. And what I want to know is whatever happened to that non-profit they had. Was that just like a Letitia thing where this was just something that was just for show? Because I remember Troy acting like this was going to be his career. Zeruiah acted like that was going to be her career. And now Troy's doing this job and Zeruiah's teaching. And I don't hear anything about this nonprofit anymore. But that's it for this video, guys. Let me know what you guys thought about Troy and Zeruiah this season in the comments below. And just like a short little update on Bianca and Daniel. So Daniel spent 90 days in the halfway, well, not the halfway house, but the re-entry center, which is like between jail and halfway house. Like, they were able to have their phones on Sundays, but the rest of the week they weren't allowed to have their phone or have any outside communication outside of the building. And Daniel ended up getting out. He eventually lost the apartment and pretty much lost everything and had to start over from scratch. And Bianca met her new man months later after Daniel, and she is now pregnant and due in like 5 months, I believe.